Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Coloring Passports. I'm Rio, and today we are getting into the Safari book, going to tackle the Impala page. Let's get started. Okay, so, I'm on a mission to push myself, and you know that I like the backgrounds to be a little crazier than what they would be if we were just painting the entire Serengeti. So, however, you see this Impala right here that's jumping through the water? This blue is the complementary color of the Impala. And so it's going to intensify the look. So I'm thinking, rather than go crazy down here, I was thinking green at first, but now I'm like, gonna go blue. So I'm gonna start by laying in the background and with a light shade of this electric blue. Again, I'm using my Prismacolor colored pencils. You can use Crayola colored pencils. The 100 set is what I would recommend, or the 120 set, or you can use Ohuhu's, or you can use any of the brands on Amazon. We have a link in the beginning of the book. You can go look and see what we recommend and pick it up from there. We even have some colored pencils on the website that we tell you that are a great idea for your adventures here with us. Now notice that I'm bringing my finger along here, and that's so that I can freely color. And the only line I'm having to worry about is not coloring inside the Impala, because I'm hitting my fingernail on the bottom here to stop me from coloring outside the lines here, because I want to keep that line clean if possible. And this was just a super loose pass here. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it one more time. To add another layer. Like I missed some right there. All I'm really doing is building this up, because I think I'm probably going to hit this with some either gouache or watercolor or a watered down acrylic. So I want to get a good base coat of colored pencil down before I do that. Because then what I think I'm going to do is come over the top of the background color with some of that mud cloth pattern, because I just love the mud cloth pattern so much. Ooh. Okay, this is the Copenhagen blue. Right over the top of that. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Going to make kind of an ombre effect with that. So as I'm coming across here, this is a little bit lighter, and then as we get back to the edge, we go a little bit darker. Again, keeping in mind that I'm using that fingernail to keep me from going outside the lines. Now I'm going to go right over the top of that one more time with the electric blue. At some point I'm going to grab a neon color probably. And I don't know, electric blue may be the neon color of blue for the Prismacolor. I don't really know. What I know is that I like it with the siennas that we're going to be using in the Impalas. It's going to be a really nice complement to that. So I'm going to put those down for just a second. I'm going to come over here, grab the Sargent, and just see if I can get any more color down using the Sargent. These are not as pigmented, they're not as silky smooth, they're not as waxy as the Prismacolors, but they're okay. They serve purpose. And whatever I do end up going outside of the lines, it's really okay. I can come in here with the paint pen and clean this all up. It's no big deal, it's fine. Okay, here we go. That's been handled. Okay, now what do I do? I'm gonna squeeze. Oh my goodness. I did not clean my brush from yesterday. I have tons of glitter on this brush from yesterday. Yesterday was a fun painting session. Oh yeah, that's the blue that we want for sure. It's gonna be late, so I'm gonna come in here, drop a little bit of drop in my watercolor palette. Grabbing a blue. Any blue will work, so don't stress out about having the exact same color as me. I don't even know what color this is. So I'm just going to come in. And go right over the top of all of that. It's gonna be messy on the first run, but then we'll get it hemmed up. It's okay. There we go. I love doing these illustrations so much. This book has just been so exciting. Let's get this laid in. We'll let this dry. And then we'll have an opportunity to get started on some of the other stuff. This paper works really, really well with watercolor as long as you put a little bit of colored pencil down first. It's always my recommendation. So put a little bit of watercolor down first. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna clean my brush. Okay, we'll come back to that in a little bit. I'm gonna set my brush down right there. And now let's get into it. Woo! Okay, so I didn't put my colored pencils away from yesterday. So I'm gonna pull some colors here that I'm just curious about. This is my colorless blender. I'm still kind of on the fence about the colorless blender. Not to throw shade at it or anything. I'm just not 100% sure that it serves a purpose in this application. Sometimes I don't think it makes things better. Sometimes I think it makes things worse. And that could very well be error on my part. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, you know, don't put a whole lot of stock into that maybe. But for me personally, I'm not 100% a fan. I don't like the residue that it leaves behind. And I don't like how it alters the pace. So, again, could just be me being a grumpus. I don't know. But I think all of these are viable. Woo! Look at that. I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. Okay, so I'm just making a giant mess. I usually like to have a little more control over what pencils are out, but on this situation, I'm just going for it. I don't even know what's happening here. Okay, let's see. So, where to begin? Well, I kind of feel like the easiest way to start, we're gonna grab the burnt ochre, and we're gonna kind of come in here and just start laying in some color right in this area. These guys are very colorful, even though from a first glance you're like, whatever, they're brown, they're reddish brown. Well, that's true, but they're pretty much every color of the rainbow in that reddish brown. Like always, we kind of want to color in the direction that the coat of the animal goes. So he's got a little cowlick right there. Probably a scar that's healed over. So, and we know that this is going to be darker. I'm going to go ahead and put some of this burnt ochre in here. The other thing I'm going to do is grab some of this blue here. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add some of this blue directly to his ears. Yep, I know it's crazy, but I'm telling you, that black reflects the blue. He's going to have a little bit of reflective blue down here on his mouth. This guy's got some over here as well. Sometimes when you're getting started on a piece, it's just easier just to kind of go around and just get started. Just start laying in whatever color you think you see and then work your way out. It's gonna go more teal as it comes up, so. Isn't this color? Oh, I need that sharpened. Well, that's quite impressive. These pencil extenders are really worth their weight in gold because it allows you to use the entire pencil. That was my cat sneezing. Don't be alarmed. Okay, I'm gonna add this blue over here first. As always, when we're doing the colored pencils, it's like a watercolor technique, so you're putting your lightest colors down first that you can see. And I know right now I'm coloring this whole Impala shades of blue, but those shades of blue are there. Those are the undertone colors, and they are present. So we're gonna go right over that. He's got some blue in his ear here. He's got blue up here. He's got blue here. He's got blue up here. His horns are kind of reflecting some of that blue. Wow, I just got crazy and colored way outside the lines on that one. It's okay. I know we've got some blue here on this section of the horn. We've got some blue on this section of the horn. I did a pretty good job with the illustration on this of giving you some guidance on where everything is. He's definitely got lots of blue in this ear. His hair and his ear is reflecting as blue. Yeah. Okay, so chestnut. Yep, chestnut. Okay, so underneath here, on both of these guys, we've got a really dark shadow line. This is a shadow here. We're gonna start it with the chestnut, which is kind of a reddish. It's the red to the kind of to the purple, really. We're gonna put some up here on his face right here, because I'm seeing that that's gonna be a little bit darker. But right over the blue that you've colored in there, no big deal. So there's a little bit darker right here. We're just gonna keep building it up and building it up until we get it the way we want it. So his horns are anchored right in there. No big deal. There's a little bit of a dark shade right there. This is all super dark in here. We're just gonna come in and start laying some of this in, right, just like this. This shadow here, same color. I'm just going to keep building it up and building it up and building it up. Well, right now it doesn't look like much, but I can assure you that that is going to change. We're going to put some of this here on the horn. We're going to try to focus on making the horns look as realistic as possible on this one. Some of the other illustrations we've put focus on other things, but the beauty of these illustrations is you get an opportunity to practice different areas of the animal. And I always think that's pretty important. I'm going to set this down for just a second, and I'm going to grab, this is the sepia. Yep. Just like these two young Impalas are practicing their sparring. This was not a real fight. This was a practice. We are practicing building up the colors to get the effect that we're looking for. We are practicing getting the horns to make the curve. We are practicing learning how to tell the story in color. This area right here is the shadow from his ear. Just very, very lightly going in there. Gonna start adding some hair structure, some okay. There's that. I know that the tip of his ear is going to be super dark, and this sepia is not going to let you go very dark, but I'm going to sharpen it real quick. But it will let you start building up the color base that you need. See, look at that. I mean, it just starts to change it. Always be aware of where your light's coming in. Keep your darker shadows to that side. Always be aware of where your highlights are going to go. It should be on the opposite side. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. It's working. I'm going to come over here with the sepia. I'm going to build up a little bit of shadow here. I'm going to build up a little bit of shadow right here. Right over the top of that ochre that we already laid in there. What was that called? No, that was chestnut. We were playing in the chestnut then. I'm gonna put the chestnut right there. That blue is still wet, so we gotta be aware of that. Okay. Gonna have a little bit of a darker shadow here. And definitely we've got a shadow here. This part of his ear is going to be a little bit shadowed. Definitely the very inside of this ear is going to have a darker shadow. Oh. So we've done that. Let's put the sepia down because it's not as dark as we need to go. This is 90% cool gray. I don't know if this is the right gray or not, but we're going to start laying it in. Yep, it is, because it's going to go to the blue. That's my cat. Got a dark right there. Got dark here. Yep. Okay, so gonna start really working it, and if I color outside the lines here, it's okay. I'm gonna start really working the back side of this here. That's a shadow from that. Notice that it's just the act of building up the color. Going right over the top of that again with a little bit darker. Gonna get right in there. Gonna find my black, which you know that I usually never use. And we're gonna get into that. Now, if I was teaching you how to paint this, I would say that you cannot just go from one side of this shadow to the next with the exact same color. As you move across, if you're painting photorealism, you have to adjust the intensity and the hue of the color. So, but for the purposes of us just learning how to get a concept down, an idea for a painting, this is fine. Let's see if mineral orange is our go-to here. Yeah, mineral orange has some nice color to it. Gonna come in and try to get some of this. I need to get rid of some of this white here. So the mineral orange, I feel like, is the undercolor up here on top where the light's gonna hit this Impala. Definitely on the ear. Gonna go super light because I just need to get rid of the white. The white is very distracting for the process of this. So let's get rid of the white. See how messy it is? I mean, I've just scribbled. Nothing exciting. It's just really all a bunch of scribbled gibberish at this particular moment. I'm just trying to take care to color in the direction of the fur pattern. And that's really all I'm concerned about at this particular moment. Okay, we're getting it. We're gonna put this color down for now. And just set that in there, set that in there. Let's grab a cream color here. Let's start coming in here and trying to identify some of these. That probably needs a little more white right in here. So that was the 10% French gray and the cream color. And let's go ahead and let's go around his eyeball here with the French gray. First of all, let me have this. This is the warm gray. This is the 90% warm gray. And I'm gonna have to get close so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna come in here and go all the way around this part of his eye here, and I'm gonna start really laying in some color. Okay, right over that blue, I'm going to come in here with the yellow, kind of mix that right on in there. Going to bring that yellow to the side of his face, all the way down here to his mouth. It's back here. It's also, there's some of it back in here. You can see some of that here. Wow, look at that. Let's start to focus. I'm gonna grab the sienna brown and see if this is the color that I need to start shaping the outcome of how this looks. Maybe not. So, I know this is gonna be darker on this back side. I know that this is also gonna be darker here. This is the 90% warm gray. We want a warmer gray tone because it's going to have the reds in it, and we want the underlying reds. We want that. Clay rose. You know what? I kind of feel like I just want to do a wash. Let's get down here and start. Burnt ochre again. I'm just laying in some of the yellow. I need to solidify some of this color here. So I'm just gonna come in. Kind of using this cream color as a blending stick right now. And then I'll come in and I'll darken up some of these areas. I also find it, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I have trouble focusing on just one of the oh my goodness, Impalas at one time. So I have trouble. I see the whole thing, and so it makes it difficult. So if you're struggling with that, you're not alone, me too. I also feel like there's a little bit of Caledon green, which is kind of a sagey green here in the horn. Yep, there it is. Yep, definitely. just need to start getting some more of this color in here so I can separate what I think I'm seeing from what I'm actually seeing. It gets confusing. It gets all kind of wrapped around the axle in there, so to speak. So, there's that. I'm gonna go over it with this. Because all of the antlers are kind of tangled up together here. And the color cannot be the same. Just kind of outlining this. Let's grab some of the burnt ochre. Let's come in here and let's attempt to lay another layer of this color in here. Definitely want some of this color up here on this part of his head too, huh? Yep, right in there. Just kind of coloring in lots of different directions here. Again, trying to get some idea of where my transitions are going to lay here between the colors on the faces and all of those things. So it's going to be a little bit darker on this side. We're just building up the color, y'all. It just takes time. It just takes time. It takes a lot of time to build up the color of these. I want this color. Oh, that did not sharpen well. There we go. This is 50% warm gray. Add some of that down in here. Just kind of getting some more of this color just laid in there. Gonna use the blue to kind of smear some color around. Try to blend some things that maybe need to be blended. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay. I don't think we're dark enough yet, but we're making some progress here. Let's change the water in our pen. Okay, I'm breaking out the big guns here. We're gonna break out some gouache because I just feel like I need to add some. Ooh. I've had this gouache for a very long time, and I'm here to tell you that this Arteza gouache dries out within the tube. And the lid is on it. Not okay. It's not okay. I mean, this one's solid as rock. And it's going to be really hard to re-wet that. And I really need it to be the gouache and not the watercolor. Maybe. Okay, let's not break out these. Let's put these aside and let's go back to the watercolor. Let's just focus on the watercolor then. Let me get my card and let's analyze this a minute, shall we? Okay, so I think I need let's see if we can get this color activated enough. Well, I don't know that it's terrible. I don't know that it's the right color, but I don't know that it's terrible. So, and then as we go up, we've got to add some of this color in, and then we've got to add some of this color in. Okay, I'm not hating it. A little Payne's gray here. Payne's gray is always good with a little bit of this raw ochre. I just want to get some color on his face. I'm not happy with having no color on his face. Is that better? I think it's better. I don't know. Maybe it isn't better, but I want to believe it's better. Gonna add a little bit of Payne's gray here around his face. We've got all of this here that we need to like darken up and add here. We need to add color here. We need to add some color here because right there is where it's the darkest. Definitely need to get his ears hemmed up here. Let's grab my Posca. Oh, that's too much. Just gonna come in here and add some highlights to this. It's gonna make it look more realistic because this one I'm struggling with a little bit, and it's okay. I didn't do a warm-up before we got started, and I'm telling you that just like you warm up for sports, you probably should warm up for your art stuff. You probably should, practice on something that's not the actual piece that you're working on prior to taking it on, because it does make a difference. It truly does make a difference. Gonna add some lines there. This comes up around here. We're gonna whiten this area here. We're going to add some white in here. Oh, this is fun. This is actually looking okay now. Okay. Come in here. We got some hair from his ear here. This hair kind of flickers over. Got a little bit of highlight here on his face. This hair is going this way. This is coming down here. This is his nose. Muzzly side. This is here, and this is coming here. Oh, I like it. I like the illustration-y vibe that I'm starting to get from all of this now. So I probably need to come in here and darken up some of these, and I need to highlight some of this back here too. Okay, well, it's not great yet. We are going to come down here and outline. I'm not sure that it's possible for every single piece of art that you make to be outstanding. And that's part of the reason why we do what we do with these books, is because it just gives you an opportunity to work out some things in the book before you commit to a full-on drawing or painting. Oh, that's so much fun. Okay, let's stop for just a second, let that dry. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to kind of start separating this out is I'm gonna take my zebra felt liner and I'm going to come in and I'm gonna outline some of the Impala. And I'm going to use line weight as a way to drive the placement of each thing, of each item, of each element. So where this is closer to me, obviously these lines are going to be deeper. They're going to be thicker. They're going to be heavier. Where we want the emphasis to be, the lines will be heavier. They'll weigh more. I'm not even making continued lines here on the ear, just the idea of lines on the ear. Using the very, very, very tip of this marker here to outline. I think that the line work helps so much. And sometimes I lose the line work when I start and I just have to go back in and add it back in. It's okay. That is definitely so much better. Okay, I don't love it yet, but I'm at a point where I can stop for just a second and let all this dry, and then we'll come back and try to finish it up. All right, background's dry. We've got it outlined. We've got some stuff roughed in here. It's not terrible. Let's put in a little mud cloth action here, shall we? So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna just draw some lines. I like that. I do like that. I like that a lot, actually. Okay, I'm gonna come in here. Maybe with the fat pasta pin. Oh dear me, that has some weird yellow yucky color on the bottom of that. Oh no, that is not okay. I think that one's about dead. I'm gonna have to get some more. Let's get in here and get to coloring some of this darker here. Y'all, there's a fly in the studio. Sorry. Okay. I do genuinely like the mud cloth pattern on this. Very good. Okay, let's do a little bit darker on the, let's darken up the horns just a touch, just a skosh, just a little tiny baby bit. Just darken the horns up just a little bit here. I know there's a super dark shadow there. I know there's a super dark shadow there. Darker shadows there. Yep. This is doing good. This is working pretty dang good. I like it. I like the colors. I like the way this is developed. I think it's pretty good. Okay, I think we can let this one go. So let's let it go. Let's just let it go. gonna sharpen my, no, I'm gonna use the micron. Let's sign it and then move on. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all. That's it for this one. I'm happy. I like the mud cloth. That's a new thing. I like the colors. It's good. It's not as dark and rich as some of the other ones, but it's okay. This is more of just a illustration than so it's more of a true study of a field study. So that's it for the Impala. I hope you learned a lot. I know I did. Thanks for joining us in the studio. I'm Rio, and I'll see you on the next page.